Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
Uh, First of all, thanks for giving up an opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself. We'll start with you, then we'll come to the aircraft.
Okay, my name is Lorenzo. I am the chief test pilot in Piaggio Aerospace that I joined 18 years ago. And before that, I've been working for 17 years in the Air Force, where I was fighter pilot and then test pilot. The aircraft we're talking about here is the Piaggio Avanti Evo. This is the last version of the Piaggio Avanti, and it has some very interesting features. The designers started with wanting to have the best performances with the lowest fuel consumption and the biggest room available for the passengers. So let's start with the room for the passengers. You can see this cabin that for this size, for the external size, is the biggest inside for the category, because the wing does not go through the cabin. The wing has been put behind the last passenger. Okay, so while doing this, we have achieved another important goal for efficiency, because by putting the wing far in the back, we have added a forward wing in the front. Now, any other aircraft to fly in straight and level flight needs to push down with a tail. If you push down, it's like carrying an extra load, which is not good for efficiency. Instead, whenever you are flying with this aircraft, the forward wing will lift the nose in straight and level flight, and so even the tail here is allowed to get a positive lift. So the full balance of energy is always for positive lift, and you don't lose anything, you don't waste anything. This is why it's green. But you can see also that the propellers are in the back. This helps having laminar flows of the wings, and this is less drag. Less drag, less fuel consumption, more speed. And another advantage is the noise. The cabin is really quiet. The engines are in the back, the propellers are in the back, the noise is in the back. Okay, so the way this aircraft flies for a pilot is really good. Flight controls are well harmonized. Safety-wise, is the best aircraft I've flown because it does not stall. It will not surprise you. You will never have a wing drop. And for the passenger point of view, it's the most comfortable one, because fatigue of the passenger is given by noise, high altitude, and turbulence. Okay, here the noise level is very low. The cabin pressurization is one of the highest of the category, so even if you fly at 41,000 feet, the cabin altitude will be less than 7,000 feet. And you may fly a sea level cabin up to 25,000 feet. This is wonderful for air ambulance.
Yes.
Okay, if you have a patient barotraumatized, he needs to fly sea level. With any other airplane, to get a sea level cabin, you are traveling low, and you go slow because true airspeed is low, and you are in the big weather, big turbulence. So this is an advantage. And the third advantage is turbulence. The wing loading is such that it feels less the turbulence effects than the other aircraft. The wider the wing, the most sensitive to the upper variations of the wind, and this is what turbulence is. So you have a bigger surface, A vertical input gives you more effect. We have very thin wings, and so turbulence is felt much less. So this is for safety and for comfort of passengers, but the biggest thing is the cost, the fuel consumption. Fuel consumption is incredibly low. You fly 41,000 feet, you burn less than 500 pounds per hour total fuel flow. On an average ride, if you're flying lower or whatever, you may count usually on approximately 700 pounds per hour. Considering that you are going almost 400 knots, it's incredible achievement. So, as you can see, I like the airplane, and the thing that will push somebody to get it, because it's a special aircraft, is to try it. Once you try it, you will believe that everything is true. If you don't try it, you will remain in doubt.